It's time to rock and roll!
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Waffle Press movie podcast Hangouts. I'm your host, Diego Crespo. With me today is my co-host, Gina Versa.
Hey, good to be back on with you. Good to see you again.
Yeah, we got some big stuff coming up, huh?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we got some cool things coming up next week. Have a panel, so
Yeah, you just froze immediately.
very we'll kick it. Oh, shit.
It's okay. You're back now. That's all
Uh
right.
oh, okay. Yeah. You want to? Thanks.
Yeah. No, it's fine.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say we. No, I was just gonna say we have the panel next week. So if any listeners want to check that out, please do.
Yeah, if anyone's gonna be at LA Comic-Con, we will be hosting a live episode panel podcast episode. That is Saturday at 5 p.m. I almost said Sunday because they always gave us Sunday and or
Not
first
today.
thing Saturday morning, which again is very different and new for us. But it'll be Saturday, September 27th from 5 p.m. to 5:50 p.m. in panel room 402A. So come on down, come hang out. We'll be around. Um, yeah, it'll be a fun show. We're gonna try to determine what is the best movie franchise of all time. Uh, we have a great list of panelists, some friends of the show, friends of us, all around. Really looking forward to it. I'll mostly be moderating. I have a pick, but I'll mostly be
Hmm.
moderating. My pick's kind of a layup
Yeah.
for movie nerds, anyways. So we'll see.
Okay.
I don't think the pick will win, but we'll see. We'll see. But anyways, we're not here to talk about Comic-Con. We're here to talk about a very special short film with a very special friend of the show, Luis Alcazar. How are you?
Hey Diego, hey Gene, I'm doing great. Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, of course. Good to have you on. You were talking South by Southwest, the last episode. That was 2 years ago, so good to uh good to have you back on.
Was it 2 years ago? It
A
felt
little,
so much longer
yeah, a
now.
little,
It might,
probably a little over 2 years, maybe like 2 years, like a couple of months, but yeah.
Yeah, two
yeah,
years and
yeah.
change.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. How's it going though? To catch us up. What do you got going on? We're here to talk about your film today, but we're want to hear what else is going on. Not that the film, I'm sure, didn't consume a lot of your time.
Yeah.
No, for sure. I'm doing great. I'm still living here in Austin, Texas. Got just moved into a new place, very
Mhm.
much like Gene.
Yeah.
Moved to a new place, living with my cousin now. Still finding a new idea on what to do on for next project of sorts. But in the meantime, focusing on my job, finishing up on my master's
Hmm.
for psychology. So almost done. Should be graduating next year. So, with a wing and a prayer,
Yeah.
that'll be over and done with. But these days just been taking it a day at a time, especially with this, political climate, which we won't dive into, but just taking it a day at a time and just focusing on the positives.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. Yeah. I mean, yeah, pretty crazy. I mean, well, because I was, yeah, I worked on the film too, helped you produce it. But yeah, I mean, yeah, we could talk a little bit about that because yeah, it does go into like some politics, but yeah, it's kind of, you know, it was good to like just, express that in a film and hopefully, it helps people out or something too with the message.
No, I agree. I agree. I think when I already had some friends of mine who reached out when they saw it, they were saying like it's such a huge coincidence that this is like an important like topic
Hmm.
with today's climate. And I'm like, I wrote it like 5 years ago,
Yeah.
and you would think that it like when it's released now, it wouldn't be such it's not as of a hot topic,
Hmm.
but sadly it still is.
Yeah.
And I just think it's just as important as ever.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think so. Yeah, yeah, the short film we're talking about this week is uh Sayonara Mi Amor. And yeah, I remember you wrote it. We were living together at the time too. This was back 2020. It was like 2020. I think you wrote it during COVID too, right?
I did. Yeah, I man, because I moved with you guys in like the first weekend
February.
of February of
Yeah,
2020.
yeah.
What a Who knew I would
Uh-huh.
enjoy Los Angeles for like a month and a half before it
Hmm.
all went to
Close
hell.
down. Yeah.
But the real COVID was the friends we make along the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to write, like, it was just started off as a writing exercise. I tell many people that it started off as a writing exercise just to keep, the creative juices flowing in the mind because it was just the four of us in a house. And I just
Yeah.
wanted to write something artistically. And it started off as a writing exercise, just as a scene of two people not talking to each other, but communicating.
Hmm.
And a scene turned into a sequence, and then it turned into a few scenes, and then it became a short film after that. And along the way, I was thinking, you know what? I think I have something here that I really want to sink my teeth into. And then I just spent the next few months just putting up a bunch of post-it notes all
Hmm.
over my sliding closet mirror.
Yeah.
And I just kept rearranging stuff. I kept calling in Gene and Alejandro, my
All
other
right.
roommate,
Yeah.
and just being like, hey, does this make sense? Does this look good? And just kept on asking for feedback before eventually the script became, ironclad.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it was, I remember that process too, because yeah, you would give me some pages, look it over, and yeah, it was good. It was good kind of being a second pair of eyes
Oh
for
yeah.
it. Yeah. Because yeah, that was a crazy period. Yeah, because I remember, yeah, it was during COVID. You got COVID at one point, actually. The
I
whole
did.
house got COVID except me.
Yeah, which s- it sucks because like mind everybody, like this was like the first time like COVID ever, like we didn't have the vaccine was not around.
Hmm.
So when we
Yeah,
all got COVID, except Gene, we all felt a
yeah.
little bad because like dang, he's gonna be out of the house,
Yeah.
but that would because you have older parents that you
Yeah.
regularly visit. But yeah, when I got COVID, that first weekend, man, I'm not gonna lie, I thought I was gonna die.
Really?
I was I was sweating it out. I had a super high temperature, fever.
Hmm.
I couldn't taste, I couldn't smell anything. I was just laying
Just
in bed,
laid it.
sweating
Yeah,
it
laid
out,
out.
and I was accepting my fate. And then by Sunday, I was regaining everything. I'm like, okay, I think I feel a little better.
Yeah.
But the rest of the summer, I was still testing positive
Yeah.
up
Took you
until August, I think.
took you like a month to test negative.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
I'm doing everything I can to get better.
It's in your system for a while. It was for a long time.
Yeah. Oh
Couldn't
my
come
God.
back until like July or something.
Yeah, we all felt bad for Gene because
Hmm.
he was gone, and then when he came back, we were like, "Oh my God, we have so much to catch up on."
Uh-huh.
And we were like, "All right, we all don't like Val because he's really good at Super Smash Bros.
Oh yeah.
We do this now. We're doing this now."
Uh-huh.
We caught up, but like the second Gene came back, it was like as if nothing happened, as if he wasn't gone.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
it was good to see a friendly face
No,
back in.
thanks. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's, at that time, especially if no one was basically seeing each other for the most part,
Hmm.
so that must have been a nice reunion. I totally forgot you moved in early 2020. I was like, oh yeah, because we talked about this before setting up the show. Like, congrats on the release of the film because I
Oh,
remember we talked about it over a couple drinks
yeah.
at probably some event you guys had there with a couple of our friends and.
Hmm.
We were a couple beers in and you were telling me this idea and I was like, fuck, that's a great idea. Oh my God, I'm so excited to see that. I remember that being longer ago, like
Really?
2019,
Mm.
but you weren't there yet. So I guess,
Was
yeah,
not
that
there.
must have,
Yeah.
yeah, so that must have been late 2020 then, 2021.
Probably,
Yeah, you were already in the
probably.
process of writing that then. You were getting ready to go
Yeah,
maybe, right?
Yeah.
yeah. I was. like middle of summer. Must have been late 2020 when we were finally like, all right, we can let have like small gatherings.
Right.
And it was about late 2020 when I was finally figuring out like, okay, this is how it's going to be. Because originally I was a little bit maybe too bold. I was like, this is going to be instead of two immigrants in a neutral place being the city of Los Angeles.
Mhm.
Originally, I was going to have a Mexican immigrant visiting Japan
Mhm.
and falling in love with the Japanese woman. But I felt that everything just felt a little too one-sided. Like it's more of a fish in a large pond rather than like two fish like in a place that they're not familiar. So that's why I was like, you know what? And also, I don't have a lot of money to travel to Japan and film with.
Yeah.
So I was like, let's just have it in Los Angeles. It makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah. I was gonna say I don't know if we could have afforded filming in Japan.
No, no, absolutely not. And also
Yeah.
like thematically and story-wise, it just makes more sense.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
LA kind of has a this sort of Casablanca-esque element to it, like everyone kind of comes from other places. Like I'm sure we've all heard like people who don't live in LA or don't come very often, they're like it has no identity. And like
Ah,
in a way that's almost true, but it's because other cities are so unified in
mhm.
certain ways, right?
Yeah.
LA has almost too many identities, and I say that
Yeah.
as a positive,
Yes.
and it's everyone kind of feels a little lost in the woods once in a while there. So I think obviously financial reasons you said it in LA, but also just it works so well thematically and for the heart of the story.
Yeah,
Yes.
and that was a big thing because when I was coming down on Los Angeles, I was like, well, what part of Los Angeles? Because as you said, there like it has so many identities, like it could be like anywhere. And at the time, Gene and I lived in, I guess you could say East LA, right, Gene?
Yeah, like East LA, Boyle Heights area.
Yeah, and that was a primarily like heavy Latino community in East
Hmm.
LA. So we try to make it more like central LA, something a little bit more downtownish, where it's kind of like you can hide the mystery, you can hide the like you can really blend in the diversity. Like this could be any city in the
Hmm.
world, and you can believe that two immigrants would find each other there, rather than being like, oh, this is primarily a Mexican city or this is primarily a Japanese city. It could be anywhere.
Yeah.
So, but it was pretty hard to find a specific neighborhood because I was like, well, we can't go to Silver Lake. Definitely
Yeah.
wouldn't work in Silver
No.
Lake.
Yeah. Yeah, we were primarily filming, yeah, around that Boyle Heights, East Los Angeles area. I know we filmed on that medical campus, right?
I think so. I think
When they're on the bench, the park.
yeah, I think that was a little close that was a little close to Chinatown. I
Yeah,
remember
that's okay. That was,
a
yeah.
little close to LA's Chinatown, and we just took a short metro a drive to the next place where we would do the montage of like exploring various parts of LA. And that's what I really wanted was to be like, hey, LA has,
Hmm.
like is like a character in this movie, and I
Hmm.
wanted to display that. And but yeah, it was, I learned that from I think it was either you or Alejandro where we said that like, well, if it wasn't for the traffic, if you think about it, LA is pretty close together.
Yeah, yeah. There was all
And
these giant freeways.
I didn't really understand that. I was like, what are you kidding me? And I didn't really understand that until I actually experienced it when we were like, we got to get over there now because we're running low on sunlight. And then by the
Uh-huh.
time we were in the next place, I was like, it's actually close by. I don't know. I don't know why I never thought of that, but it's almost a beautiful thing how very much like the movie, everything is so, you know, in our minds, it's so, disconnected, but when you really look at the picture at like wholeheartedly, it's all close together.
Hmm.
And I think that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah,
No, it is. I mean,
yeah.
I won't give the exact address to where you guys used to live together and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But, surrounding regions, it's like Boyle Heights is right next to Little Tokyo. Little Tokyo is right
Hmm.
next to downtown and Chinatown,
Hmm.
and it's just all these different hubs of culture and identity. They're right there next to each other. It really is just like traffic's fucking crazy. Traffic is
Yeah,
fucked up.
it's
That's the
terrible.
only problem.
Yeah, you just got to know when to leave at the right time, which is what
Yeah,
we did on set. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. I unf I say unfortunately because I never got to experience the realness of LA
Mhm.
traffic of like going to work or
Right.
going to where you need to be. It was only basically like that
1 month.
1 month. I was like, it's not so bad, but but afterwards, got right back to normal. I'm like, yeah, this sucks. I
Mhm.
don't know how you guys could do it.
Yeah.
I don't know either. And lately, there's a lot of freeways have started to do construction again, and it's
Oh no.
becoming a bit of a problem.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's oof.
yeah. I got an interview tomorrow morning in Santa Monica. I'm not looking forward to.
Oh,
Um,
Oh,
so
gotta wake
it
up
would
early.
be good for me. So I'm looking forward to that. But we don't have to unpack all that. But yeah, let's talk a little bit more about the short. So
yeah.
you spend some time writing it at the start of the pandemic. Um, how do you, for people that like were looking to maybe make their own first short film, with a budget, with cast and crew, like what's the first step for someone to get into that?
That's a good question because I really basically talked heavily with Gene about this because he had a lot more experience than this, and especially in the great city of Los Angeles where there's like a lot of people, throw a rock, you'll find somebody making a short film. And I was like, all right, what are the ins, what are the outs? And so the first thing aside from the script that I did, well, actually, let me reverse it back actually, was not to go beyond, obviously, when you're writing the script, not to definitely write within your means, because like I didn't want to create something where like, oh, they go to the Griffith Observatory, for example, and
Yeah.
they have like a big sequence or a cute sequence there. Because there's a lot of like external factors that are not controllable, and also the permits would be so much.
Yeah.
And
Too much money.
exactly. So it's definitely like something right, number one, right within your means. And number two, definitely just find places that like either that you A could afford or B can really get away with. Not that I'm condoning any illegal stuff, but guerrilla filmmaking, man, it's 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 a tool that I not urge, but like would say like it's there.
Hmm.
It's there if you don't have the means, but if you have the capabilities to use it, fucking do it. But
Yeah.
definitely right within your means and within your capabilities, because once you realize like your limits, then you'll be like, oh, I can do so much with what I'm limited to do, because that's when the real creativity comes out. Because once if you have so much money, then you're like you can go crazy, but that's not where the real create. I think it's the opposite. With very limited money, the real creativity comes out, and it's not even with like spectacle. If anything, it's really comes like what can we capture with moments of like between these two actors, and which was another thing that was the first thing that I wanted to get was the actors. Like before we get like any the costs of anything, I wanted to get the actors immediately and for them to interact with each other so they could develop a chemistry with each other. And then that's when Gene and I were discussing, all right, now let's get into production costs on
Yeah.
anything else. So
Yeah.
first and foremost, aside from the script, was uh, obtaining the actors that you wanted.
Hmm.
Nice. Yeah, it's good to keep that stuff in mind. And, budgets are unfortunately a reality, and especially in Los Angeles, those fucking permits, dude, they're crazy. Like,
Yeah, we did a lot of we filmed on the metro without a permit, guerrilla style.
We did
Um,
film in Metro.
Nice.
I think it's the Los Angeles Library. We went
yeah,
Oh, nice,
and
nice.
I kept on looking to Jaime. I'm like, all right, get your camera. We gotta get this.
yeah.
And I was
That was our
surprised.
yeah, that was our
Very surprised
DP,
that
Jaime
no,
Torres.
yeah, our DP Jaime. I was very surprised that no security came by like you gotta fucking leave. But
Yeah,
um
did it discreetly enough.
we did do it discreetly enough.
Jaime's got that dog in him. I met him right before the pandemic, and
Oh
I know
yeah,
you guys met him through Alejandro, right?
Mm.
yeah,
Yeah, okay. So there was one time we were all hanging out with Alejandro, and then Jaime was there, and I was like, because we met at a filmmaking mixer like the last 2 months of 2019, probably.
yeah.
We met a bunch of cool people there. I keep in touch with some of them still, and I was just like, oh wow, okay, yeah, because everyone always says they want to like do stuff, and no disrespect to anybody that doesn't, but like sometimes like some people
Mhm.
just kind of like, okay, that was like an avenue of my life, and then they went a different way.
Yeah.
Jaime been putting in that work.
Yeah. Oh
That
my
guy,
God.
yeah, what a get he was.
Yeah.
At
The
when, yeah, immediately when I met him back in 2018, because I visited LA for an internship,
yeah.
and I already knew Alejandro because he was a cousin of a very good friend of mine. So I visited Alejandro and I got to meet some of his friends, and that's how I met Jaime. And he and I just got to talking about, movies and the movies that we like. And I got to see some of his stuff. And immediately he and I just started just jamming it out. And I'm like, we're gonna make a movie together. Not today, but we will. And then fast forward a few years later, I messaged him. I'm like, hey, I got a movie that I want you to DP. And I sent him the script, and then within like the next day, he was like, let's do it. So it was I promised him, I was like, we're gonna do it. And I held up on my promise.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a
But
long
he's
time coming.
fantastic. He's
Yeah,
he's
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 great.
amazing.
He's in New York right now. Living in New York.
Is he really? I had no idea.
Yeah, he just moved there the other month. So
Wow. Wow. No,
yeah,
good for him. Good for him. I
yeah.
want nothing but, good stuff and success for Jaime because he is probably like the most kindest dude and the most hardworking
Mhm.
guy in the film production business. And you can see it in his work. Like the dude grinds. The dude grinds
Yeah.
and I saw him I saw him when I was helping out Alejandro be a PA for a music video. And
Oh, was it the one that we did in the ranch?
yeah, yeah, and
Yeah.
he was there. He was filming and I was like, dude, fucking Jaime, man, is just like going sicko mode, like just seeing behind the scenes, because like ask me like how to work a camera, I can't tell you at
Uh,
all. I
yeah.
can just tell a DP like how I want it to look and they'll fucking do it. Jaime can fucking do show me the ins and the outs and he'll make it look, Deakins-esque. Not saying that he is Deakins,
Mhm.
but if there was somebody very close to it, I would say it's Jaime. The dude is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, sorry,
We
go
had a,
ahead, Gene.
oh yeah, we had a lot of great crew. Yeah, we had a lot of great crew on this film too. Yeah, cast and crew.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, the yeah, some of the grips like David Hughes.
David Hughes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
what a champ. Love David. And then he was the grip, I think, I believe. Um I know Val worked in it also.
yeah, our old roommate. Yeah,
Our third roommate.
yep.
Um and
He's
I'm forgetting names. I'm forgetting names here. But the second AC for Jaime. Uh, she was incredible.
oh
Also,
yeah, I believe Hoodie was her name.
yeah, yeah. No, no, no.
Oh,
That's the
that was
AD.
that was AD. Excuse me.
Yeah, Hootie was awesome.
Yeah,
Um, I it's because this was my first, short film where I had like a proper set
Hmm.
and an AD, because normally it was just me.
Yeah.
So when I had an AD, normally like tell people what to do, and I just go up to the actors. I'm like, all right, so we're gonna focus on the scene. And she was basically the bad cop to my good cop.
Mm.
And I appreciated her so much because she had the hard job of just keeping everybody on time. And me and Jaime were always like, can we just do one more take?
Yeah.
God
Yeah.
bless her. She was such a trooper,
What an AP does. Yeah.
but she was awesome. I loved Hootie. She was so cool.
Yeah. Yeah. We had a lot of good crew. Yeah, we overcome a lot. I think it was like the first day the sound wasn't working, or the sound mic. We had to replace it, right?
Yeah, the we when we brought the equipment, I think that the either the sound equipment was not working properly, or it did not have the sound protective to block the wind, because it was a windy evening.
Hmm.
And we were hearing it through the headphones for the audio, and we were like, dude, the fucking wind is killing us. And we
Oh
were like,
yeah.
let's just film it, and we'll figure it out along the way, but let's just get these shots filmed, because we're not going to get another day
Hmm.
on this day. But everything before that evening, where they had to talk, because there's not a lot of talking between the two characters at the park. There was not a lot of talking. It's just when they had to talk, which happened later on in the day, that's when it sucked. Had I known it was going to be super windy, I probably would have had the actors do their talking scenes first, just to get
Yeah.
ready.
Yeah.
But we were like such on a roll. I figured, let's just stay in our elements, stay in the groove, just
Hmm.
keep the mojo going. And we got it done. We got it made. But
Yeah.
yeah, oof, that it's just so frustrating, because I remember that so well. I'm like, that sound day was just like hair ripping out of my head, annoying.
Yeah, it's can't control the elements, but you could just control how you react. Is yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was this was we filmed this 3 years ago. It was spring of 2022. So it was like yeah, I know, and it's finally online now. But yeah, you're jogging my memory because yeah, I think I forgot that was a day we were filming in the park, right?
Mhm.
And yeah, I remember I think I was dumping the cards because I was probably the DIT on that as well. But
Yes.
yeah, I was kind of yeah, I remember talking to everyone after, kind of yeah, kind of getting an assessment on it. But yeah, it was crazy.
I'm curious, if I could ask, how many days did this take to shoot?
I think this because at the time when I went to go shoot, it was when I was at a very demanding job, so I couldn't
Oh yeah.
have a lot of time off. So I think I want to say I want to say maybe 3 days or just 2 days. It's basically,
I, I,
if you
I
really
think
think
I think it was
it
three. I think it was three because you
was
had
three,
that.
because if you really think about it, we basically acted as if we were a filming wise, not post,
Mhm.
but filming wise, it basically felt like we were like a 48-hour film crew, you know, and we were just like, all right, let's get to the next one. All right, let's get to the next one.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately for me, I was on a timetable before I had to fly back to Austin for my job. Because like I said, it
Yeah.
was a very demanding job. I don't work there anymore, thank God.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
You're telling me that's the crazy. Yeah, that was crazy.
no, yeah, that place
Like, I
is.
don't know. Yeah, I don't know if you could name drop it.
Yeah,
I won't.
don't
I'm
if you
not gonna
don't
give
want
this.
to.
I'm not gonna give them the satisfaction. But
Yeah.
basically, it was soul crushing, mentally and emotionally unhealthy, and ever since October of last year, got a new job, moved out of that place, moved on, next chapter.
Nice.
But
There you go.
uh, at that
Congratulations.
time, I was like, I gotta get this done.
Yeah, I mean that's the sort of passion you have to make something like this. You have to really care about it, you know. No one,
Yeah.
unless you're like a fucking millionaire, no one's
Yeah,
really like, I want to try making a movie, you know? It's
yeah.
like, because then you'll
Yeah.
start and you'll be like, oh fuck, this is like a lot. And then you
That
got to
kind of
sit with it for so long. You know, you guys just said 3 years ago this was filmed. It hit the festival run. Now you've released it. What was it? What was it like getting it into festivals? You know,
Yeah.
because I saw that like that toured for a little bit there.
Yeah, so when we submitted it to a bunch of festivals and even some very prestigious ones because I was like the worst thing they could do is the normal thing is just to reject us and no harm no foul. But there's a percentage that there's a chance, the Lloyd Christmas meme, there's a chance that it can happen. And we submitted it, with a prayer, just a Hail Mary. But we submitted to over 30, maybe 40 festivals, and we got into a few, and I was very, very fortunate and very blessed to know that, you know, forget winning, just, you know, being selected to enter. I was like, this is awesome. This is fantastic. And then for some of those festivals to be a winner. Like for one of them was the short film won best actor for a short film with Alejandro Agudelo, fantastic actor. He won best actor, and I also won best drama short film. So for that to win, I was like, this is insane. I would have never imagined. I just wanted to be selected just to
Yeah.
be part of
Say
the
that.
official lineup. And then when more festivals were saying like, "Hey, you won," or "You're a finalist," or a runner-up, I was like, "This is, not real," because that was not my main intention. My main intention as a true film lover, as a true film fanatic and filmmaker is just get your movie made and just to have people see it. So when people say that they like it that much, here's an award for it. I'm like, that just takes my breath away. I have no words.
Yeah. Oh, well said. Yeah, because it's like, just the statistics of like getting into festivals. Like, there's so many film festivals, getting receiving so many films going into submissions for the film festival. So, it takes a lot.
Yeah, no joke. And looking back, there were many short film festivals that I really wanted to get into, but we didn't get into. And I do think it's either because like we submitted late or because admittedly the short film is a little on the longer side.
Mhm.
But I think I think it was worth it for those minutes because I think everything for this story, as I said, wrote it back in 2020, had a lot of I had a lot of thoughts and a lot of emotions. So I
Mhm.
wanted to get them out on the page and on the screen. And I was like, every minute of this matters.
Yeah.
So I wanted to get it on out there. But for the next one, I'm definitely gonna make it shorter for sure.
Yeah,
But
yeah, just kind of I wouldn't say like politics of entering into short film, but like the criteria that they're looking for is like very specific sometimes too.
oh yeah. Which again, I was like, no harm, no foul, but which again only adds to the grandness of our surprise when we did get into them and then we won them. I was like, that's awesome. I just felt so much, loved and passion for that. So it felt very, very much like a blessing.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
I'd
we,
say
we
so.
don't have to get super into the politics of it, but I think we're all on the same page, and I feel
Uh-huh.
comfortable saying fuck ICE here.
Yeah.
That's some old bullshit, and
Yeah.
abolishing
Unless
it is a moderate position, and we
uh-huh.
don't have to go any deeper than that if you guys don't want to, because we want to
No,
hype
no,
up your
yeah.
your work,
I
But
don't I don't think Zoom is monitoring us yet.
That's the key word yet.
yeah,
Yeah.
But I'm free for whatever. Like if you guys want to, we can. If you don't, it's perfectly okay. Or we can just be like if you guys wanna if you guys want to know how I feel about it, the movie speaks for itself.
Oh yeah, I mean you could talk a little bit about yeah, like what inspired you, just kind of the you know, the current events of it, I would say, of
Oh
the
yeah.
script and you know, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So, like, as I said, it started off as a writing exercise, but what
Mhm.
made it be about like two immigrants in particular, again, was like the political climate of the time, and I guess even now, was just like constantly on social media and on the news. I just kept on seeing, was, my people, our people just being,
Mhm.
taken away, their families being ripped apart. And I felt, so much, not even hatred. I didn't feel any hate in my body. I just felt sadness. I was
Mhm.
very sad that this is what it came to, and I wanted to write something from the perspective of a love standpoint, like write a love story that ends with something like that in the centerfold of it, um because you never know when, because this kind of stuff can happen anywhere, and when that happens, it just ends. And I wanted that to really hit and show people that, like, hey, like, did it just come out of nowhere? Well, if you look at throughout the movie, there were hints, there were signs.
Uh-huh.
And if it hit you like a tenfold truck and you didn't like that, well, this is just a movie. Look outside. That's happening every day. If
Hmm.
if you did not like that, then you shouldn't like what's happening in reality. So that's kind of what I wanted to display for the movie as well.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it came across really well. I mean, because yeah, that happens to people in reality as well, just out of nowhere.
Yeah, yeah, and it's it's really disheartening to see it, still happening and coming back, with an iron fist even stronger.
Hmm.
And but what makes me at least hopeful
Yeah.
is that more people are aware of it, more people are fighting back, more people are, I don't want to say have a backbone, but they have enough of this shit. And
Hmm.
so they're doing something more about it. They're knowing their rights, they're knowing their responsibilities, their responsibilities, not even as like, forget about left and right, just as human beings, and that sort of thing gives me hope for the future. And whether it's small hope or just whatever hope, it's all we have. And that's then, as long as we have that, we can't just dismiss it. So I'm clinging on to it as much as I can.
Yeah. No, it's yeah. Well said. Is there anything you would do different or like change about the movie, or I guess looking back now?
um that I would do differently.
Yeah, just kind of like yeah, just with what's going on right now, I would say. Because it's
um
like it's really timely. It's like you could have
yeah,
made this now. Yeah, it's the
I think
crazy part.
I think if anything, I would definitely schedule the shooting for a week rather than 3 days,
Oh,
just so we had more
yeah,
time to flesh things out.
yeah,
Um,
nice.
Differently, or I guess add more things into it, is I really wanted to, I think what really would have hit it, what really, at least visually, is because the spring filming time was something that I really, really wanted.
Hmm.
Because not only are we grabbing the Latino side, because like there's a lot of Latino aspects you're in. We film a lot of scenes in East LA, and so there's a lot of Mexican culture. There's a lot of Latino culture there, and we did film in some Asian areas. I think we did go by Tokyo City,
Hmm.
uh, very close by. So there were some aspects of Japanese um, culture in there. But
Hmm.
what I really would have liked, because I remember when I was writing this, I did picture the two characters walking by some cherry blossoms.
Hmm.
and just having them nearby like a tree or a few trees or in like by some cherry blossoms. And that's what we were trying to find around LA. And I don't know if we found any or if it was just really hard to do
Yeah.
because the just the eyes were so much. And I think at that time we were like, we don't have enough money for the permit at that time. So like if we were going to do a guerrilla style, we couldn't do it because there were just too many eyes. But I think to highlight also the beauty the beauty of Japanese culture. And I really wanted to represent that through floral imagery with
Mhm.
that. And I think that was a little bit of a missed opportunity, but it was one that I was like, I was okay with not grabbing. But it is one that was like, would have been nice. Would have been nice though.
Yeah. Yeah. There's like stuff you wish you could go back to, unless you want to do a George Lucas special edition.
No. No. Just have them with CGI uh flowers and trees and then CGI animals in the
Yeah,
background.
the CG pedals flying down, but then it's also transition, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
I don't know. That might kind of cook, actually. I don't know. Maybe you keep that in your back pocket.
Yeah.
The
You know
George
what?
Lucas
Maybe.
method.
Maybe. We'll see.
Um, all right, so this is finally out with the world. Everyone can go watch it right now on YouTube, as we have. Um, anything I think we could start winding down a little bit. Anything you wanna highlight or mention from the film? Um, anything you want to talk about, like looking forward to? You mentioned, the possible next idea. You got something
Yeah.
percolating.
Yeah, yeah. So for the film, definitely go watch it, guys. I don't know if you'll have this linked, but if
Yeah,
you
Yes,
we
it will
will.
definitely be linked,
Yeah.
by the way.
yeah,
Yes.
okay. So definitely check it out. Definitely to watch out, or to keep in mind that this is a movie about, love has no borders and it has no language. You know, let's keep that in mind and just, keep love in your hearts. And there's a favorite scene of mine. It's a movie theater scene. It's my favorite scene
Yeah.
in the entire short. So keep a lookout for that. And
Filmed at the Frida Cinema.
yeah, yeah.
Our favorite.
We filmed it there, and I was like, "Oh my God, this is my Cinema Paradiso moment." I was like, "Oh, so great."
Yeah.
Uh, in the future, since leaving LA, my mind has really gone. I've been watching a lot of horror movies,
Mm.
and I've been a big fan of horror movies. But lately, I've been really watching a lot of horror schlock, like a lot of bad horror movies, but in a way that's like very charming. And I was like, you know what? I really want to make something. I really want to
Mm.
make something horror-esque. The thing is about like what kind of horror movie you want to do. And I think I did land on an idea. I'm currently still outlining it, and I think this is going to be really good. I'm very excited about this one.
Yeah, we're big horror heads here on the podcast, so can't wait to
Awesome.
check that out. Yeah, we're looking forward to that. And well, I got to throw one more question out to you because you mentioned
Yeah, go
Cinema
for it.
Paradiso.
Yes.
So, all right, influences. So that's clearly one. That's a banger choice,
Yes.
obviously.
Yes.
Um, there's an old film, classic film called Hiroshima Mon Amour. Is that sort of an influence on this as well?
Funny enough, yes, actually. When I watched Hiroshima Mon Amour, when I was in college, I was like, this is such a beautiful, beautiful movie, and it's also very
Mhm.
heartbreaking. And that was like the central theme of that movie as well. I was like, we're gonna do that. But also another, because I was telling that to Gene and Alejandro at the time. I was like, we're pulling influences from a lot of Cuarón films like Roma,
Mhm.
but the main influence was for sure Hiroshima Mon Amour and um, In the Mood for Love.
Mm.
Beautiful.
In the Mood for Love,
Great films.
I watched. I was just head over heels for that movie. The score, the cinematography, the what's the longing that the characters have for each other. And I was like, that's what we need is the longing, and how can we capture that within the movie between the two characters. So those two films for sure uh were huge influences in the movie. But in particular, the movie theater scene was definitely like, oh, cinema paradiso,
Hmm.
'cause especially because the one of the character, I guess this is a little spoiler, but one of the characters has never been on her own before, and I wanted to capture that like little wonder, that wonderment in the movie theater when they're on their own. So I was like, this is a little cinema paradiso kind of esque moment, and I wanted to capture like you're watching a short film and they're at the movies, falling in
Hmm.
love at the movies, you know, symbolism. We love movies. We love falling in love in with the movies, you know.
We
Yeah.
love Nicole Kidman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We find what's that saying? Heartbreak feels good in a place like
Yeah, yeah, and
Yeah.
she's right.
Yeah.
But
this. Is right.
yeah, and thank
That's
you
our queen.
for fighting the good fight and putting yearning back in movies. Because
Oh,
there's not enough yearning in movies nowadays, you know. Like In the Mood for Love is just such a great comp. I mean,
Hmm.
Wong Kar-wai when he was batting 1,000 back then, it's like kind of undefeated, you know.
oh yeah. And that's what I really want, especially younger viewers, because like yes, don't get me wrong, like the hot sexy movies are always like fun to watch. They're always fun to watch in the theater, but like the movies that like give you that longing, you know, those are the ones that stay in your heart and in your mind and just hit you like deep in your soul and just change you. And those are the ones that I'm like, those are the ones that need to be made more often. And if you think about it, for at least, I haven't seen a modern film, or at least an American one. I don't know about any foreign films made recently that have that longing aspect to it. But if there are, do share, because I do love me some longing romance. I'm a hopeless romantic, everybody.
Yeah, it's if there are, it's very like few and far between. Like because I don't want to keep this going on too long, but like I
No,
love Sinners. I think Sinners is the greatest shit
Sinners
ever.
is amazing.
Oh,
And
Sinners
Sinners
is
has amazing romances between the four lead characters, or four of the lead characters. The fifth one's
Oh yeah,
obviously
you're
the
right.
younger guy. Well, you know
Yeah.
what? No, even Sammy has. I would say that there's yearning in there, and because of the tragedy of it all. That's like one. I just wanted to talk about Sinners again. That's on me. That's
Yeah.
one.
Hey man,
Just
any
wanted to bring up
opportunity
Sinners.
you can use to throw in sinners in a
Yeah.
conversation is a win. Because
Thank you. Yes, I knew you guys would
Hmm.
understand.
that movie fucking rips, man. That movie's awesome.
But yeah, thank you again for fighting the good fight with that. Definitely need more of that. Let's get that back in movies. Gene, final comments, questions.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, yeah, we have the film on YouTube. Um, we released it last Friday, losing track of days. It's on Fade Out Productions, the YouTube channel. Is that correct?
Yes, it's on Fade Out Productions on YouTube.
Yeah. So if you just search the name of the movie, you'll find it. So yeah, please check it out. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Links down to all that below, as well as Lewis's socials. Luis, thank you so much for joining us again. Always a
No
pleasure to have
worries.
you. And again, your links to your socials and the shorts will be in the descriptions to this episode below on all social platforms. Um, Anything else you want to sign off with?
Uh, Keep going to the movie theater, guys.
Yep.
It's a place where movie magic happens. Much love to you both. I miss you guys every day.
Oh, thanks. Miss
No,
you too.
Yeah.
not just shooting the shit, but like just talking movies, because that's always a good thing, talking movies with your
Yeah.
friends. But thank you guys for having me. It's always it's always great, not just to promote this movie, but also just talking with friends and talking about this movie. So thank you for that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, of course. This was a good recording. It was like kind of hanging out in the old apartment again. Used to
The only thing
play
we're missing is just some beers and
beers, yeah,
like
playing Smash
good.
Brothers too.
You guys can play
Smash Bros.
Smash Brothers. I'll wait for Mario Kart
Oh,
to
okay.
start up.
You don't. Yeah, he's not a. You don't main anyone in Smash.
Pichu.
Pichu. Okay.
Pichu. I like Pichu.
Luis was. I'm trying to remember who your main was.
Kirby.
It was Kirby. Oh yeah, that's right.
I
Mine
was
is
always Kirby because I was definitely that one kid that's like, yeah, this guy's OP, and I'm gonna abuse the hell out of him. I
kind
don't
of
care.
Kirby.
Not the
Kind of
wrong
is.
choice.
It is
Kirby
not the
is.
wrong choice.
Kirby is OP.
It used to be Marth.
Yeah.
Was really good, but once
Yeah.
you learn how to because Kirby is not that complicated to figure
No.
out. So I was just like, he's basically his own cheat code.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Mine was Banjo Kazooie. Just in
That's
case
right.
anyone wants to know.
But
Favorite video game of all time.
not a wrong choice there either. Yeah, it was great talking to you, man. Great seeing you. Yeah, hopefully we can get together in person sooner than later. This is great as always. Links down below to everything again, everyone. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We have been professionally unprofessional. And go check out the movie.